Warning, the following stunts you are about to see were performed by professionals. For your safety, we advise you do not recreate or attempt to perform any of these stunts.
Yeah, that was a dumb idea.
It's the Hekate and Ticker Show.
I'm loving it all, and who knows how long this will last.
On this episode, scenes from Band Wars. Scenes from Warrior Elimination. With musical guests, Steve Unger of Metal Church and Autograph. I guess they'll put anything on here. Stay tuned to the Hekate and Ticker Show.
Make sure you guys stay up to date with all of our shenanigans and crazy bullshit antics on the Hekate and Ticker Show, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, you name it, we're on it. Come find us and show us some love and smash that subscribe button.
Speaking of partying and fucking around, we do that in Band Wars, which is coming up right now.
Two lead singers, two best friends, filming for some of the hottest upcoming TV series and films in the industry, but on their downtime formulating the hottest show of them all, Band Wars! A competitive show relying solely on local musicians around the globe. A battle for no real reason except to kick each other's asses. Winner takes home the glory, and the loser gets punished.
Don't do drugs, kids.
Welcome, music warriors worldwide. This is Band Wars.
What's up, everybody?
Perfect
This is
intro.
The first episode of Band Wars. Hekate is running her third annual Beer Olympics. So why don't you tell everyone about that?
Aren't you kitty cat? So here's the skinny. All we're gonna do is just basically get trashed and play an ass ton of drinking games, and it's gonna be sick. Fourth annual next year. Hit me up.
Yeah, so let's get loaded!
Who are we kidding? They were already loaded.
Jesus!
Darkness falls around me, loneliness, anxiety. It's hard to live my life this way. I'm feeling sick and on the inside about a tragedy. I will never be the same. I need a light to guide my way.
One day, I just woke up and felt like I was struck by lightning, and I thought about how awesome the movie Beer Fest was, and I was just like, oh my god, I'm making the Beer Olympics.
Starting things off with a slip and slide cup flip. Ticker falling short, just like in real life. Team Orange shows them how it's done.
Go for the double flip.
Team Orange is schooling the competition. No one in this group ever said, hold my beer. Team Yellow getting on the board.
Got it, bro. Come on, kid. Come on, America! Come on!
Team Green getting extra points for finesse.
Open the beer that I stuck into the cup so I left it on the floor.
It's like you're in this.
Oh shit!
If you're keeping score, there are no winners here. They sure can suck.
Oh, I see.
That thing's so delicious.
Das ist gut.
I think I found my dream girl. Some heroes don't wear capes.
No, honestly, this is like the most spectacular boot I've ever seen. This is like my 3rd annual Beer Olympics, and I've seen some boots in my day.
She put it down.
At least like a dozen boots, but like she took the cake, dude.
Hekate says, and that's what we do because she's balls. What it needs to be for. There's a head on him.
Alright, first of all, America does in fact get to use his boot that he brought. Everybody else, there are the same boots, 3 beers per pitch. There's 3 beers, I watched them pour. It's fucking You're gonna allow it, and I don't give a
That just happened.
Way to set him straight.
Lord, that head's getting. Get set.
Each other.
Who's at the bottom?
A legend in the making. Pounded it just like my grandma used to do.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to try rocking that, but you can see mine's already.
Whoa, old faithful. Thankfully, there's a nurse on site. Watch your steps.
Yeah, America chugs 2 boots, which
That's
is
6 beers, man. That's 3 beers per boot. You know what I'm saying?
why did
Back
he
to
do it
back.
twice? Was he on a ghost?
Yeah, he was
team?
on Ghost Team because nobody wanted to be on the Ghost Team to chug the boot. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "F it, I'll chug the boot," because like he'd already killed the other one. He did not win that second boot, but like it was by the skin of his cock. You know what I'm saying? Like he was so close. And like then he just blew. But that's 6 beers, dude.
Projectile's like 6 feet that he shot.
6 beers, 6 feet. You know what I'm
I
saying?
never thought of it like that.
A foot of beer, my friend.
Oh my god. And it went directly into my face. And the camera doesn't do justice, but if you look closely, it shoots directly into my face. I'm like, hey buddy, good job.
Rallying back with a new shirt and new morals.
Starby gets this crazy
Yeah.
idea. He tells me to tell everybody. Extra points if people drink out of Lord Chimmy's ass.
Can I offer 5 points to the one who can take a shot off his butt?
Yeah, and some people didn't even hesitate.
No, actually, I think like people fought to who could go first. You know?
Yeah, so there's all
Like it
this.
was a prize.
Yeah.
Well, that's the girl I'm gonna marry.
What are you
Do it!
That's gonna taste like making her parents proud. Alright, how qualified is this man?
God damn it.
She's like a dream come true. Oh, the shame in that dog's eyes.
Alright, is everybody's teams assembled? Because we are about to do Dizzy Bats, you sons of bitches. Woo! I need some motherfucking people on the way, because this is
Did they really need bats? Pretty sure they were dizzy before they started. At this point, do we really need bats? This could have just been a foot race.
We got late during the competition. That's
It's Team Orange! Party shot,
No, that's not what.
Dude, I just got him in the face!
Fashion Warrior Elimination.
10 warriors are challenged to endure ridiculous challenges at a shot to win the grand prize. Who will take home the gold and reign supreme? This is Warrior Elimination!
Coming back from our tour, we met a lot of fucking kick-ass people on the road, so we decided to pick a solid 5 to give them a shot at this epic fucking chance to come party with us in Vegas.
But only one of them showed full initiative for the event.
I'm a bartender at the Rock Bar and Grill. I met Hekate and Ticker at the bar I worked at last summer downtown Spokane, and what a great group of people. They came in, super fun, full of energy, had some shots, got to know each other, had a really good time. If I win this trip to Vegas, I would take my daughter, who is an extraordinary mother of 2 who never gets a break. And what a better break than to go party in Vegas for a couple days. Thank you so much for inviting me to be in this competition. I've had an absolute blast. See you later.
All right, you kitty cats. So we are at our fucking local contestants, and the unfortunate fucking sorry situation for these fuckers is I'm here to mix their concoction. So these fuckers have no idea what it's gonna be, but whoever drinks it the fastest and completes it first, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm gonna have to be quiet when I show you these ingredients because I don't want them to know, but it's gonna suck. I will say the first. Some good old Kirk's brand Hekate and Ticker Show brand new barbecue that has actually not been released on the market yet. You can see it's nice and mason jarred. I'm not going to give any hints of to what is in here, but you guys know about that, but that is all you guys are going to know.
Super power.
A human armpit. We'll just add a dash.
Oh my god.
That they're loud enough that no one is gonna hear it. I'm like, it's too wet for me.
Some of y'all say keto, man.
My favorite ingredient.
We're open for attack, so it's depending on how mad you guys are.
But it's not in the best shape. It just feels like it's in a
Better out than in, I always say.
You know, there is one extra glass. I'll fucking drink it. Let's see, that is my good idea for Steven.
Make sure you keep an eye on Lord Infinite.
I hope so. You're in
The good news is that there's very little. It's very little.
You guys ready? 1, 2, 3!
Marcus.
Need spur.
Yeah.
What? No. Oh.
Wake it up. You wake it up. Wake it up.
Marcus out there.
I am feeling right now. Holy fuck. Oh my god. This is not cool.
Please tell me you're getting that.
I'm getting it. Wait. The ones who haven't finished though. There's 5. If you gotta finish this to still be in the running.
You guys are right.
Jesus, you want to show me where you gotta finish it? It's Vegas. You got 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Get this man Wait, say that again? Say that again? What'd you say with chips?
Why are you joking? You're still in.
Oh my god.
Yeah. There's no man, no creature, no body that's gonna take this from me. Not tonight. Not ever.
So you kitty cats now have a bit of a taste of who the fuck thinks they have what it takes in this Warrior Elimination Challenge. But up next, we've got a little bit more entertainment for you kitty cats.
Stay tuned to the Hekate and Ticker Show.
We got legendary and one of our besties, Steve Unger from Autograph. And Metal Church.
And Metal Church, yes.
Well, from Metal Church, but now the newest edition of fucking Autograph, man. Like,
dude.
how fucking insane is that? Like, so what's it been like? I mean, you've been non-stop, go.
Yeah, it's been crazy, actually. The last 6 months of my life have been busier than it has been in a long time.
All good measure, eh?
It is all great.
Good,
It's
good
amazing.
busy.
It is absolutely amazing. Autograph has been like one of my favorite bands since I was like, 15.
Oh, shut the fuck
No,
up. Really?
seriously.
And now you're in
seriously. There's like one of my first concerts. I mean, I saw Elvis was my first concert.
Really?
Yeah.
Kiss was my second concert, and I think Motley Crue, Autograph, and Y&T was my third concert.
Wow.
Okay. So I saw these guys. I was like, what the fuck? These guys are amazing. I get a call from Jimmy Bell, who I recorded an album with. It's crazy the way this all worked out. I recorded an album in Europe for a band called Killing Machine. And the original guitar player that played on the album didn't quite fit what we did with Killing Machine. So they brought in this other guy, Jimmy Bell. And Jimmy Bell came in and played the guitar parts, and it just came together. Well, it turned out that Jimmy Bell was the guy that was playing for Autograph. He took Steve Lynch's place. Steve Lynch actually replaced himself with Jimmy Bell from Autograph.
Oh, shit.
So, yeah. So when Steve Lynch stepped out of Autograph, he brought in Jimmy Bell. And him and I recorded, even though we never met each other, we recorded an album together. And when we did this album, obviously it turned out awesome.
Oh, yeah.
And so when, unfortunately, Randy Rand, who passed away about 6-7 months ago, he had a heart attack. And, we're all coming out of this post-COVID, bullshit that we all went through.
Right, oh yeah.
And they had all these tour dates, and they're like, fuck, we gotta do these dates, man. We got dates, we gotta do them. And they had just recorded this amazing album called Autograph Beyond. And the album, check it out, is fucking badass.
Autograph Beyond, where can we find that? Like YouTube, Spotify?
Everywhere, probably.
Anywhere you can find an album, you can find
Awesome.
Autograph Beyond, all right? You might even be on some porn stations. I don't even know.
Are you on some porn stations?
No. Unfortunately, I was not the guy that played on this album because the album is so fucking bitchin'. I'm telling you, I am so proud of what these guys did on the album. The band is legendary, and each guy in the band are absolute fucking sweethearts.
I don't know if you remember this. Last time we were at Doc in Stormy's house, they played Autograph all night.
Oh,
And
yeah.
that was right before.
Yeah, it was almost like they
So
knew.
that was weird, yeah.
Like they knew.
That's
So I love to hear them, and then
That's
you're
crazy.
on there, Steve. Like that's fucking cool.
So yeah, I did not record. I'm just gonna put that out there. It was not me on this album. It was Randy Rand, and it was the last thing that he did before he had a heart attack. Now these guys were gearing up. They were getting ready to do this huge, boom, Autograph comeback, and Randy had a heart attack. He had had heart attacks in the past, But this one, he had a heart attack, and they brought him to the hospital, and they revived him 2 or 3 times, and he just didn't make it through. So he passed away, and because I had done that album previously with Jimmy Bell, Jimmy called me up. He's like, dude, what's happening? And I was like, hey, Jimmy, what's cracking, dude? And I had never met Jimmy. We had just recorded on an album together. And he asked me, he's like, hey, man, can you sing? I'm like, I can sing my fucking ass off, bro. And I knew at that time what was coming. I'm like, oh, shit, here it comes. He's like, what would you think about, playing for Autograph? And I was like, you gotta fucking be kidding me right now. I fucking love that, man.
Yeah, right?
I have loved Autograph since I was 15. And so they were like, well, would you like to come down to LA and audition with us and shit? And as they're talking to me, I'm like online. I'm online. I'm like, all right, I just booked my flight for Thursday. And that was like Monday, right? And they're like, okay, well, we're going to send you like 5 songs and we'd like you to come down and audition. I'm like, all right, I'll be there Thursday. And they're like, you can learn these songs by Thursday and come down? And I was like, just send me your whole fucking list, all right?
You're like, I've known these songs since I was 15, man.
I've known these songs. The only songs I really have to learn are the new stuff. And it's like the same formula that Autograph has always had.
Right, I'm sure, yeah.
So, I mean, once you know the formula, you kind of, it's a chemistry,
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll get it together. So I went down there, and of course I nailed the fucking audition, and they were like, dude, the gig is yours if you want it. And I was like, hell yeah.
That's so cool.
It's
what I love is a rock star who's excited to be with other rock stars.
I'm excited to be with everybody.
You're a rock star who is
So let me check. Let me tell you this story. So you guys heard of Spike and the Impalers?
Yeah. Of course.
Everybody's heard of Spike and the Impalers in this area. So I'm friends with those guys, and they called me up. They're like, bro, we need a fucking bass player. And I'm like a busy motherfucker right now. I'm like,
you're like,
Metal Church, Autograph, Live 85.
Yeah, you're in Europe, America.
Oh, wait.
all
Wait.
over,
Alive 85. We didn't even mention Live 85, Elvis tribute.
Don't forget it,
experience.
Baby. Don't forget it. It's the
Steve
Elvis
Unger
experience.
Didn't you win
Elvis out of everything?
I did.
Yeah.
Like a year ago.
Yeah.
So check this out. So a year ago,
we were talking about that.
I had never done anything like this in my life. It was like a battle of the bands, but it was a battle of the Elvises. And it was called
I remember that.
It was called the Kentucky Rain Elvis Challenge, and it was at the Everett Theater.
Yes.
And I was like, oh hell yeah! So my buddy calls me up. He's like, bro, you got to do this shit. And I'm like, oh. And it was like they had already fucking picked all the people that were gonna be on it, but I called in late, and I was like, yo, man, this is Steve Unger from Metal Church and shit. And, I don't know if you got any room left. And they're like, we'll make some room for you, right?
Yeah.
And so I went in and I did this thing, and it was really cool because there's nothing cooler. Like, the reason I'm a musician at all is because Elvis Presley was my first concert in my life. And I was 6 years old, and I was like,
you're like,
that's the coolest shit
mama.
I've ever. Yeah, thank you. So I'm an Elvis fan. That's what we listened to in my house. My parents grew up. My parents, they listened to Elvis, so I listened to Elvis. And it was like my first concert was Elvis Presley in the Seattle Center Coliseum.
You went and saw Elvis.
I saw Elvis
when he was 6.
when I was 6 years old, man.
Shit.
I was sold. I was like, fuck, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
And here I am, 48 years later, wearing an Elvis outfit. Thank you very much, baby.
That
you know
is
what I'm talking
so
about?
cool.
And so I had this idea my entire life. It was like, what if Elvis didn't die in 1977? What would have happened if the King would have kept going into the 80s, where he's now he's in competition with Whitesnake and Motley Crue and Bon Jovi and Poison.
That's such a cool concept.
Yeah, so that's where this all comes from.
That's where it came
that
from.
Is
because
so cool.
That'd be a good movie
Were you
idea.
stoned when you came up with this idea, or no?
Actually, we did not.
You were just high on life.
I was high on life.
Yeah,
music. I was high on music. I was high on chicks with big tits. And
I feel like you're still both high on both those things.
I am high on both those things. Absolutely.
Our cameraman agrees.
Both of them, okay. And anyway, I just had this idea, and I was like, God damn it. Nobody's doing it. Nobody's doing it. It's the only show like this.
Well, yeah, who would have even thought of that, though?
Nobody thought of it, apparently.
Nobody.
Steve Unger thought of it.
Yeah.
I thought of it. And I was like, if Elvis would not have died, what would he have done if he would have lived in the 80s? He would have done the same thing he'd always done, and that was take other people's shit and make it that much cooler, record it in his voice, put it out, make it a bigger hit than it was originally, and now everybody knows it as an Elvis song.
My favorite Elvis song is Devil in Disguise.
You the devil in the sky, you are.
What is your favorite Elvis song?
Let's see, my favorite, you know what? There is so many Elvis songs.
Yeah,
I gotta tell you, probably, I gotta say, it's either Suspicious Minds, because it's just like, really hits home.
Yeah.
We can't go on together with suspicious minds. Or, let's say, My Way. I mean, it depends. I mean, you looking at a rocker or are you looking at a slow song? He had Bridge Over Troubled Water. I mean, I love singing all these songs. And there's so many great songs. But I would say if I had to choose two, it would be Suspicious Minds and Bridge Over Troubled Water or My Way. And I know they're slow songs, and I'm a rocker. Everybody knows me from the guy from Metal Church.
You know what? I always say...
Yeah, but you gotta appreciate, like...
You have to have balance.
You have to appreciate it. You know what? Most people don't even realize that it's like, yeah, you play in this fucking heavy metal fucking band, but if it wasn't for Elvis, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing right now.
Oh, yeah.
And whether they believe it or not, if they were to, like, somehow go back in their past... Somehow, Elvis would have some kind of influence on what you're doing today.
What do you think of his movies? Because I actually grew up watching Elvis movies. Like, we used to do the karate and shit.
One of my first movies was Love Me Tender. My mom brought me to the movie theater, and I'm like, at the time, I mean, this was like the 70s, so you're like, that's badass.
Oh,
you watch it today, and you're like, this is the stupidest thing I ever saw.
It's cheese, but it's so good.
Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park, and you're like, in 77, when that came out, you're like, that is badass.
The comic book.
Yeah, I will never. So I'm a huge Kiss fan. And I was 12 years old getting my tonsils taken out when Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park came out. And I was
so cool.
Horrified that it was coming out on television and I was going to miss it because I get my tonsils out. Well, I was laying in the hospital eating fucking ice cream.
I was going to say that unlimited ice cream, though.
They put it on the TV for me in my hospital room when I was 12. And I watched Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park. And when I was 12, I was like, Jesus Christ, that's the coolest fucking thing I've ever seen right there. Dude? And then you watch it today and you're like, that is the gayest shit that's ever been.
Yeah, but it's crazy that, like, innocence of the mind, too, and then...
Yeah.
And how the times change.
Right.
I mean, there is shit that blew my fucking mind when I was a kid. And now I'm like, I watch Avatar and I'm like, dude, that looks so fucking real. Like, I would believe this as a child. I would have dead ass believed this.
Yeah. Well, it came a long way from when I was a kid and I was like, wake up in the morning, you watch the like morning cartoons and shit before you go to school. You're like watching like Banana Splits and Star Blazers was
Schoolhouse Rock.
There's this thing called Star Blazers. I don't even know if you know what it is. You probably don't because you're like half my age.
I do not know Star Blazers.
You know Star Blazers?
I do not know Star Blazers.
Check out Star Blazers.
Okay.
Nova was fucking hot. I would have banged the shit out of Nova, okay? Just saying.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, that's right. You heard it here.
Stephen Big Nova.
Nova would have gone down.
Okay, so sorry for nerd out on Elvis. Let's go back to Autograph.
All right.
Like, so that's pretty cool, man. Earlier we forgot to mention that you're doing an epic Elvis tribute, but like, dude, you're in fucking Autograph. Even for me, that's because I know Autograph. My dad got me into Metal Church and Autograph. So
Metal Church and Autograph both
fired. I remember the first time I met you too because I knew about Metal Church and we were playing with your kiddos in Sin Circus.
Sin Circus, yes.
And I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember One Eye Jackson Linwood?
I absolutely do. Yes. that was goddamn, what was the guy? He passed away. What was the guy that put that together?
I don't remember.
Oh my God, he passed away recently after
that show. That show?
Yeah, and it was all like videotaped, and there was cameras from every angle there, right?
Yeah. But what's great is the story I have with like meeting Steve Unger for the first time. Like, I already knew who you were, and I was we were in the bathroom actually. You and I were in the bathroom, and I was using the urinal.
Oh, I read this.
Yeah, I told you this.
This is a great story.
Yeah, I was using the urinal, and you're next to me, and I was like,
you like looked over, and you're like, that's what a penis is supposed to look like.
I was peeing next to Steve. No, it's funny you say that because I was like, I didn't know what to say, and you looked over at me and you were like, the shadow is exactly how big it is, or something. And I was like, well, Steve just broke the ice in the bathroom. Like, that was the first time we made contact.
That's what I do. Everybody's cool, man. I mean, I fucking love people. I love fucking hanging with people, and people that like catch on real quick when you break the ice. It's like, hey, man.
Well, what I love about you is that even though you're this legend, Steve, you don't put yourself that way. You hang out with everybody. Like I've done house.
You mean like you're real?
I've done house parties where the house party was like where am I? But you're there supporting all the music.
Hell yeah, man.
You've always been that way.
We're all just people, man. It doesn't matter how.
I think that's really cool about you.
These people that like are in these huge bands and they have forgotten where they came from and they forgot how they got where they are. Those people are fucked.
Yeah.
And you know what? Some of them are my people that I have looked up to. I mean, I'm a huge Kiss fan, but like Gene Simmons, douchebag. All right?
Yeah.
Paul Stanley,
Yeah.
I've had mixed emotions with Paul Stanley because I love him, and I've had great interactions with him, and I've had interactions with him where he was a complete douchebag. And it's like, what the fuck? You know, and these people forgot that you are who you are because these people made you who you are. You should always make time for those people. Always.
Absolutely.
Always. Yes.
That's what makes Steve Unger cool as fuck.
Well, yeah, and you know that kind of brings me to like when I actually first met Steve. My band.
I thought we just decided we weren't going to talk about that.
Oh yes. So
Sorry,
actually,
Ticker.
It was actually a really cool experience. I mean, so my band was playing at the great Louis G's in 5.
Louis G's, yeah.
And
Rest in
all of a
peace.
sudden, my bandmates all started acting really fucking weird, and everyone was all on edge. And I'm like drunk as usual, having a good time. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you guys tripping about? And they're like, that guy over there. And I'm like, yeah, what about it? And they were like, that's the basis for fucking Metal Church. And I'm just like, well, go fucking get a picture with him. And my band was too like, I don't know, fuck you guys. And I was like, I'm gonna go take a picture with this guy. So I walk up to him and I was like, hey, can I get a picture with you? And the first thing he was like, dude, I love your fucking jacket. I had my big studded jacket
you were all
on.
fucking studded out and shit.
Yeah, and I was like, hey, I'm in this band playing. He happened to be passing through. It was like your buddy's birthday or something. So I scored some badass pictures with my band. Did not get any pictures of them. There's still 2 like starstruck
You know what?
by him. But he was like the realest dude. I walked up. I was like, I don't care. I was like, oh, let's go see what he has to say. And you're like, dude, yeah, let's get pictures. And when I was on stage, the first couple songs, like looking out, I saw him watching my set. Dude, I'm not even gonna lie, I felt so fucking cool. I told everybody about that. And then when you showed up the Royal Bear show that we had, I told everybody. Like my dad was the first one I called because he was like a big 80s rocker, and I was like, dude, Dad, I just met Steve Unger at fucking Metal Church.
I told my dad,
Here's
too.
a picture, sent a picture, and he's like,
My
where
dad
the
got
fuck
me
did
in
you
on
meet
it.
him? I was like, dude, he watched my fucking music.
I was up high-fiving you and shit at the front of the stage.
There's actually
There's
actually a photo.
Like seriously, thank you for that moment though, because it was such a great opportunity to kind of really bring my dad into my music.
Yeah, well, you know.
And it was like, yeah, with you, it's like, I'm nothing, whatever, fine, fuck you, Dad. But, Steve Unger, Metal Church, now I'm interested. Oh, well, this guy likes it. Maybe I'll take
Maybe I should check you out.
There's actually
It
a
was
great
cool, though.
there's a great photo that's out there of you on stage where Steve's right there.
Yeah, he's like
rocking
this.
out.
And
Yeah.
he's
I'm like, I've
he's
seen
like,
that
what the
photo.
fuck?
And
I'm
there's
like,
another one with my buddy Chris Oberg. I mean, he's like all
Chris,
made
yeah.
up and like shit. We're like,
oh, yeah, that's right. That was at Luigi's, too.
I mean, I look like me like right now, but you were all fucking.
Yeah.
And Chris was like in some kind of fucking skeleton makeup or
yeah,
some
I didn't
shit.
even recognize him.
Yeah.
But
He
what's
was like,
great-
you know me? I was like, I don't.
What's great is that we had that moment with you, but now we're all good friends, and we're big
man.
supporters of you, Steve. So thank you for being here with us on the other
absolutely.
side. Thank you for being in Band Wars because you were
Yes.
great. I want to let you know that that moment that you're in Band Wars. To this day is the fan favorite.
Yeah, actually,
really?
yeah. And
Sexy
you know,
parts.
I have to compliment
Sexy
your
parts.
nerves and laughter
not
of
laugh.
steel. You
Only
were,
once.
You were
That's
fucking
it.
Poker
good.
face, right?
Yeah.
You were so good. And your lady a couple times like she would like look over at you and they're like waiting for you to laugh and like because she was fucking laughing.
Oh,
and you
'cause
were
she
just
knows
like,
what makes
and
me
you were
laugh.
just like. And I was just like watching back over that. I was like, dude,
I was poker face, man.
He got so lucky having you on his team. Me and Pamela are fucking dying. Poor Pamela, she would just cover her face with her hand. It's like, we know you're laughing under there. You can't just hide.
You gotta love Pamela more.
Oh, she's amazing.
Yeah, she's
but
a
you
beautiful person.
Killed that competition.
On that note, I know that time's crunching. You gotta play. You're gonna play in like 10 minutes.
I gotta go
less
play
than
with
that.
my
So
buddy Dan.
let's let you go, Steve. Thank you for
on stage right now.
Yeah, you got
oh my God! What? Why are we?
Make sure you guys stay up to date with all of our shenanigans and crazy bullshit antics on the Hekate and Ticker Show, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, you name it, we're on it. Come find us and show us some love and smash that subscribe button.
I'm having a ball. My life is a blast. I'm loving it all, and who knows how long this will last. I'm having a ball. I'm running the show. How I got stuck with so much luck, I